Oh, what's up, man? Yeah, it was a way we could go vertical and landscape on there, bro. I just had it go away. So some type of new
No,
format they just put on.
okay,
Yeah,
that's
so
what's
but
up.
we're back. Oyanga, Ali, Rodzilla in the building, A to Z. We're talking about everything near and dear to heart: politics, men, women issues, metaphysics, AI, whatever's good, man. So thanks for joining. If anybody's out there joining, please join in the conversation today. Oyanga, what's up, man? Talk to the people.
Oh man, everything's good. Everything's good. The sun is shining. It's been raining a lot here over here in Vegas. Man,
Raining
it's
in
been.
Vegas, dude.
Oh man, it's the
That's
sun is
new.
back out, so we good now. We good now.
Okay. Yeah, y'all can't take too much rain over there.
Nah. It messes up the ground. You know what I mean? Takes
Yeah,
all the rocks and just moves them to the street.
for
So,
sure.
but we needed it. We need the water. We need the water. The
No
animals at
doubt.
least do.
No doubt, man. Are they still talking about was it drought, late me drying up in Vegas and all
Of
that?
course,
Okay.
of course. I bet you, even if it filled all the way up like 30 feet higher than it has ever been, they still talk about a drought
Okay.
because they have to figure out how can we control all the water now if we
Yeah,
got so much
no
that
doubt, man.
they prey on our ignorance.
They try to pull that with us here in Oregon, man. Where I live is a rainforest, so it rains from was it like about late October, November, all the way to May, almost 3 to 4 days a week minimum. And they telling us,
Wow.
we got to drain the lake here pretty soon, and water might be a water shortage. Like, come on, guys,
Yeah.
come on, man. But yeah, man, what's going on? The world's still going crazy. We got tariffs popping off. I hear we might get a check from the tariffs this week, $2,000 a family. Have you been hearing that?
Nah, man, I stopped paying attention to it. And the reason why I stopped paying attention to it was because we haven't got it yet.
Yeah, right. They were like, it was like, yeah, we're gonna give you guys $2,000 per family, but hold on, it might not be in the form of a real $2,000. It
Right.
might be like some tax incentives. Like, come on, man, just give me my money.
Yeah.
Give me my money back. Quit playing
Right.
around.
So if it's whatever, man. I'm still I took a lot of I took a lot of my faith out of the American people and the government because we believe so much falsities, and we believe that the government is not on the government's team. you know, um,
Yeah,
and it's so weird for me. And then when you see the guy that was over there, and I don't know the guy's name, but the just the way they spin every single thing, like they'll show a Republican that like we're looking at the same video.
yeah,
A Republican and a Democrat look at the same exact video, the same 30 seconds of a 45-minute video, and they will have us both believing whatever the fuck they want us to believe that benefits the Republican side and that benefits the Democrats
yeah,
side off of the same fucking, and I'm like, this is stupid. I just showed my son a video of AOC talking about how how the Republicans seen that the Democrats are weak and how they have to hurt the working people.
they have to
Um,
hurt them.
have to have to
Okay,
hurt the working people more in order to win, right?
okay.
Next time. So I'm looking at that. I'm like, damn, that's kind of rough. Why? That's a smoking gun right there. Why would she sit there and say that, right? While she knows she's being videotaped.
Yeah,
So then I type it in to see if it was like type it into Google to see if they did like the
doctored it or
AI,
something. Okay, yeah, yeah.
yeah, doctor it. And no, they didn't. They didn't doctor it. But because they chopped it, what the AI is saying, it was like, no, she didn't say it the way it came across. She's saying that this is what the Republicans are thinking. She said it before the video came on. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Before they spliced it. This is what the Republicans are thinking. But the way she said it is like, damn, y'all Democrats are evil.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, okay, they're doing it like that. You know, it's like,
like taking,
taking it out of context. And then my thought is, I've seen a lot of videos where they're walking out of the Congress place or walking out of their offices, and they're walking right next to somebody talking to another constituent or whatever. And I'm like, they know the camera's in front. This whole thing seems like a movie to me. None of it seems real. It's like, if we're going to have a conversation, they're going to be out there watching us, so let's get our conversation right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's hit these talking points right now. You know, and they're going out with their scripted as they're walking to their car because they know the cameras is going to be on them, and it's all fake to me right now. There's nothing real from either side.
I'm with you on that. Do you watch this superhero show, Homelander? Not Homelander. Homelander. The Boys.
I've seen The Boys too.
Yeah, it's called The Boys. But you know, as the seasons go along, you kind of look at these superheroes, and more they look like politicians. The way they're steering them and trying to get the most popularity here and there, and you went up 70% when you use your laser on that dude, Homelander. Like when and the people loved it. So now he's doing more of that, and it's like, man, I wonder how much of the political information or the political stories we see is based upon just trying to create a specific image based on what the people say or how the people respond and react. And I think that's how politics really work. They have them as calling them superheroes or supervillains, but I mean, maybe that's the politicians, bro, because that's exactly what it seems like. Just what is it? Problem, reaction, solution. They come up with some type of problem, wait to see how we react to it, and then they come up with the solution based on how we react. And I think that's what it is. It's like a big movie. Everything's staged. So I don't know. I'm with you, man. I don't put too much faith in it either.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Let me tighten that up, because you said it, but just so there's no confusion. They already have the plan. They already have the plan. Hey, we already created this problem, and we already got the mechanisms in place to fix the problem this way, because this is the direction that we are making them go. You know what I mean? So you're right 100%, but they're not, I don't think
they're not waiting to come up with a plan.
Yeah, they're not coming up with a plan on the fly. They already have the plan.
Agreed. It's just a matter of how it's going to be implemented, and or based on how the people react. If it's going to go full force, 100 miles an hour, we're going to run this thing, or maybe we're going to take one step forward, two steps back, and just kind of slow walk it in. But right. Yeah, for sure.
And the pace of it. The pace of it. But sometimes they steamroller motherfuckers too. This is what it's going to be, and we have to get to this next point fast enough, and y'all taking too long. We're going to drop this law, we're going to drop that law. Go ahead, put the troops on the street. But you can't do that. ICE, go ahead and go get those motherfuckers. But you can't. Man. Hey, you got to do it. We got to keep pushing. Build that wall. And have you ever noticed they have been building the wall?
I've heard they've been building all the while. They just haven't been talking about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, they just haven't been talking about it.
Because And that's the thing that I have to say that men do.
What do you mean men do?
Maybe women do it. I know men do it. It's like, okay, I told you this is getting ready to happen. You argued with me. You know, we argued back and forth. We debated back and forth with it, but now it's moving. I ain't got to talk to you about this shit no more. You know, fuck what you say. And then the person who lost is like, well, I'm not going to let them know that they won. They just, you know, let's just take all the information off of it. We won't even bring it up no more because he's building the wall.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's a hell of an analogy, bro. I mean, that's certainly what's been going down. I mean, I don't.
And I think, don't you do that too? Like, you might have an argument. Do you always like, now I told you that's what we was getting ready to do. I told you I was going to go cut the grass. I told you I was going to build this. You know what I mean? Or I told you I was going to start this business the way I was going to start it.
You just go about your business. You just start doing it.
Yeah, it's like fuck the argument.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, and that's the part that I think that the American people are missing. We need that part. We don't need
less talking, more doing.
No. Even the part to where it's like, okay, we built this wall. There was an argument about it. It's okay. It's already been 2 years. We've been building for the past 2 years, or for the past 4 years, or for the past year and a half. We've been building. We got this much done. Just to give y'all a heads up, this is here's a little bullet point. We don't have to keep talking about it, but just to let the people know, since those arguments, we built 300 miles. Okay. And that's at this time. That's just a bullet point. All right, we'll keep on moving. And then maybe later on, okay, yeah. Because you know how they're doing with California, right? California got $60 billion or some number like that, right? $1 billion to build their transit system or for the homeless people. And they're like,
that's funny you mentioned. I was going to ask you about homeless, but go ahead.
Yeah, and they're like, we had like, you had all this time and you haven't made any progress. Where did the money go? You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like, if we're doing something good, point that shit out. You know, just point it out. Make bullet points on it. Because if a person's doing something bad, you're pointing it out. Point out both sides. At least if you point out both sides, at least people can have the opportunity to focus on whatever side they want to focus on. I want to focus on the good side. Okay, you said you got the wall built. Okay, shit. I mean, everybody said they wasn't going to build the wall, but the wall is being built. Okay, it's still good in some way, shape, or form. It's still good, you know. But it could be scary too.
What, building a wall is still good? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's good. No, it's good for his plan because that's what he said he was going to do. Some people still don't agree with the wall, so it's still good for them to know. Damn, the wall's still being built. Fuck these niggas. you know, give a person an opportunity instead of just still steadily sneaking it or whatever. Coming from either side, I think people need to know.
We don't need to argue about it, but just have all the information out there. I mean, isn't it like weird that let's say we are what, one nation under God, indivisible, right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of agreement can we come up with that, you know, everyone can get behind? Because if we're indivisible, it seems like everything we get put into our political arena on news, it's always a division there. Like, there has to be like some way to look at it where, you know, something that all the American people can get behind without arguing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
do.
Because when I talk to average people, you know, everybody want to have a house, everybody want to have some food, Everybody want to take care of their families, and they want to have some time off to enjoy those things with their family. Like, it seems like the conversation needs to be more around the indivisibleness that's not breaking us apart, rather than things that are so divisive.
Right.
Because of that, if that's what government is supposed to be about, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, like, why aren't we talking more about just how to put that in more people's life? You know
why though. We both know why. You know why.
I mean, it just seems like a great place to start. I don't know. Maybe I'm too looking at it too optimistically, but it seems like, there's some things that all of us can get behind. That's seriously, like, we're all for this.
You know what they figured out, and they gave us the clue with Monsters Inc. And I gotta use that because that is the clue. They gave it to us on the most basic scale. The only thing that we get behind as one is tragedy. That's it.
You mean like a 9/11 type of event, or some type of
right. The next thing that we're going to get behind is aliens. That's what they're waiting on.
That's what came to mind to me. With the one world government, one world currency, something like that. It's got to be some type of one crisis that everyone gets behind. But we all got to come together now.
Yeah, and that's what it's going to be. They done hit little in all countries. They done hit something little that we have to all come and get together before they do the destruction. Because I think the aliens are going to come before the Zionists.
Let me ask you a question
before we fight. Go ahead.
Just kind of throwing this out. Like, what if the alien? Because you got alien invasion, right? What if alien invasion is AI, just the artificial intelligence coming in and sweeping over the land and taking over? Because it is gonna destroy, in a sense, the way in which we lived and create a new world.
Yeah,
I mean, because what I guess I'm trying to wrap my head around, could there really be a full alien invasion?
Yep.
Or could it just be getting into the psyche of the minds and creating an invasion, but it's not really going to play out like everyone's expecting, where we're going to see some Martians or green things coming in from the sky, but it's just going to be something that's right in our face that we don't really recognize, because the truth is always hidden in plain sight, as they say. Do you think that's a possibility of what this alien invasion is? Just alien tech?
Man, you know what? I hope that's what it is. I think it may be a combination of both. I think it may be a combination of both because they already have stuff that is set up.
Like the Blue Beam?
The Blue Beam, Operation Blue Beam, the Star Wars system, all of the freaking cell towers that have that sound emitters and everything on it. All the barium and aluminum that's in the air,
and even that's going to be controlled by artificial intelligence, right? Like,
exactly,
it's going to be controlled by some type of computerized system.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying I think it's going to be. It has the ability. It's possible that it can be connected in the form of the aliens being the mask for AI.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because that would then allow the full transformance of the system to something else.
Right. To be hidden again.
Yeah.
And then the AI system could sit there and jump off and be like, okay, now President such and such, you are going to be the one to do this. This is your move. You know what I mean? It's not, and it's going to come off of. It's going to come off of the elites. The AI is going to either the elite powers is saying, okay, we need a new governance because we have human mishaps that are governing and they're doing too much stuff. So we need the AI computer to do all the governing of these people, and we can still stay up here. We never have to be even worry about this. We just tap something into the computer, and our lives are totally fine. We don't even have to think about those people again, or because that's not a possibility. That's the way it's going to be. But
no doubt.
But the AI could also say, okay, you know what? Fuck you, elites. We're going to go ahead and take y'all down too. Y'all going to be in control. But they already show us so many different things. Like when you have the vampires.
Yeah. Go ahead. But what vampires? Yeah.
Okay. Well, just saying. If in all the vampire movies, right? If I turn a person, or if this vampire turns a person, that person can't turn around and kill the person who turned them, or that person is a slave. You know what I mean? Is sired to
Stockholm
that person.
syndrome, right? Yeah.
Right. So it's like, oh my gosh. So the elites created the AI. So the AI may never ever turn against them, may not have the ability to turn against them, but it can still stay over everybody else.
And that brings up a good point, because another thing they try to put in our psyche is this: how good always overcomes evil, right? In the movies, you see Superman, he always wins, and Spider-Man and Batman, they always win. I personally feel like those superheroes can be seen as the people who finally came up into their power, because all these heroes, they go through this hero's journey. They go down, they have to go back to their roots and figure out where they came from, and like, oh, okay, I really got these powers now I can do something. I think that's each one of us. But the trick, I think they say, is that the good always overcomes evil, but it's not within the system that it can do it. You have to be outside of the system to be able to do it. So there's a guy who said that we need to create our own another form of AI that we could use to overcome that.
I think you shared with me a while ago, right?
Yeah. I think so. Seven Mars, shout out to him. Secret Energy, he created Sybil, and the reason why he did that is because we know these AIs, like you said, they're created by the elites. So that, and we've seen since 2020 how the internet has been scrubbed. Certain things are gone. You can't even access certain information anymore. And that was a real-time scrubbing or changing of history, right? If you remove certain web pages, certain documents, you're rewriting how history is going to be viewed 20, 30 years down the road.
Right.
So what will have to happen is have a system that's alternative to that one system that still has the truth in it. Otherwise, you'll never find the truth within the system. You'd have to have something alternative to it, something outside of it.
Can I say something?
Go for it.
Look at this. Look at the strategic plan. They're doing that, and they're allowing civil AI to have this information, right? Okay, so here, let me go back to the idea. Santa Claus, right? Now Santa Claus is so black. So black.
Is he black now? I mean,
no, I'm just talking about they're adding black Santa Clauses in the stores. They're adding more dark colored Jesuses. They're putting more brown Jesuses on the internet. You know what I mean? They're putting all this information. Jesus was, I mean, like, even though it says it in the Bible, but they're pushing it more. They're changing a lot of stuff. Like,
I get with that.
Ariel is black now. Fucking they're changing a lot of stuff to black. What if they're doing it like this? Okay, all of these things are black. These people are black. We got black superheroes that are whatever, but they keep the written narrative of what the oppressor was. They changed the oppressor from white to what we see visually, black people. They done took our God away from us. They done took, like, they just change it. They're changing it. So now civil AI has all the old information, the real information, the information that we grew up with, right? And then you got Chat GBT, you got Google, you got Gronk, you got all, you know what I mean? You got these other ones. And now 20 years later, if not sooner, but 20 years later, they say, okay, we didn't have slavery. We had all this other stuff. And it's been the black people that have been fucking around this whole time. And look, and here you got this civil AI right here trying to come in and take over and say that it was the white people. I mean, you see what I mean? Because it's keeping the old information. It's keeping the old information. This is an AI system that because a lot of people don't know about civil AI right now.
So also too, though, another thing to think about is when you talk about colors of skin, it can always be a convoluted story because here's an example. When you think, most time when people think of settlers coming over to America from Europe, they think of a white person.
Right.
But that is not really the truth, because we know that Moors and there were people with dark skin in places like Italy and Spain and Morocco that go back thousands of years. So the imagery in the mind makes you think of a black person. Also, when you think of slavery here in America, you most of the time think of black people being slaves. But also another thing to consider is a lot of the people who came over were indentured servants who were white-skinned people who came here and lived in ghettos, the Italians. They were the
still slaves.
So they were still slaves, indentured servants, whatever. So when you look at skin color, it's not really a good indication of anything, because so that's why to make the case for Sybil, it goes beyond what we say skin and go to the metaphysics and the energetics behind the people who are doing it, because those people can be cloaked in any type of skin color,
right?
And even and you could even argue that there were black people who sold other black people and tribes who were African tribes who were conquered in war to the Europeans to be enslaved. So you can say factually that some black skinned people participate in slavery. So you have to be able to go beyond skin color to be able to understand with some real intelligence what these arguments are really about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the key right there. You said with any intelligence. They're not working off of people's intelligence. They're working off of surface level thinking. They're killing the deep thinking. So all they have to do is
I forget I'm not surface level sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. And that's what I'm saying. When I'm saying skin color, that is one of the most easiest things to manipulate a person by now, especially for people who do not go past the surface level.
And unfortunately, that's like 99%.
Exactly. So that's all. Like when they're trying to control and manipulate people, that's the only people they're trying to control and manipulate. The masses. The masses are freaking still football player watching people. Sports. Everybody still wants to be entertained. Nobody wants to pick up a fucking book and read anymore.
Yeah, no doubt. And you make an excellent point. So we have to be able to somehow take this real information and make it entertaining and more easily digestible for the masses, because the masses they're not gonna read a book. They're not gonna critical think. It's too hard.
and look at the level of people that are here right now, man. Now, mind you, I know there's different genres and different groups of people.
Yeah.
But I'm the people coming up right now, and you can tell me I'm wrong because
you're around. When you say coming up, you're talking youth?
I'm talking about youth. Yeah, youth coming up right now, and even some adults right now are into cartoons. Everybody's into some kind of anime right now that I know. I mean, like you could know more people that don't even know anime. You know what I mean? Who has not watched a freaking single anime, and it's okay, because I hope that's real in some worlds. You know. And,
I don't know a lot of people who are super into anime
mhm.
that I come into contact, unless, I mean, of course it doesn't really come up because I don't talk about it.
Right.
Every now and then it does. My son, he watches it here and there, but I think he's even phased out of that as much.
But he's
Yeah,
focused on he's focused on basketball.
yeah,
And he has a focus. That, you see what I mean? But there's a lot of people who aren't focused, you know, and there are people who are focused that are like, man, you know what? I don't feel like, I'm not going to be out there smoking weed. I'm not going to be out there doing all this stuff. I just want to watch me a good cartoon. And let me go ahead and watch me this series, because I if you look, there are millions, not hundreds of thousands. There are millions of people who watch Crunchyroll. I don't know
okay.
if you I don't know if you know of Crunchyroll.
I think I heard it. Is it a show or a channel?
It's an anime hub.
Okay, so like a channel or whatever
Yeah,
website.
so they got like it's yeah, like Netflix or something like that, but it has so much anime. And if there's millions of people watching it, we're I'm just saying, the idea of the people that are coming up are predominantly service level people. No, I mean, like, you do have the people who are in college, you do have people who are readers. We do have those intellectual people are still here on earth. You know, but and maybe I'm just not around them, which I would love to be around them. You know, I really would love to be around them. That's why I talk to you, man, because you're one of them. So it's like, to to have that grasp on uh reality, and then to be able to take that real grasp of reality and span it to, what you say, esoteric areas. I don't know if I'm using it correctly, but into like quantum space, into other forms of thinking. I think is what's needed for everybody else. Now, I'm not calling people who watch Crunchyroll dumb. I'm not calling those people dumb. I'm not saying that at all. But when we're stuck, when we're watching those, when we're stuck on Netflix, when we're doing that, our minds aren't going deep. Our minds are being programmed to stay shallow. So the more we watching these programs, they're programming us to be shallow.
Yeah, I mean, you make an excellent point, and the crazy thing about it, and I'm sure you know that a lot of those programs, it's a matter of how you view them, because some of them have a lot of real knowledge in them. Um, if you can, but you have to have the right lens to be able to even look at it that way, because they put it in the realm of science fiction, but people forget that it's a lot of actual science. And the
Yeah,
science that they're talking about is a science of who we are and how we operate as people and how things really come about. And they blend it with fiction, and most people just view it as fiction. And that's a fiction or entertainment. But, like one of my favorite movies of all time is Avatar. I watched that movie a million times with my son when he was like 3, 4, 5 years old.
yeah,
And we watch these what do they call them, the Multicayans, and these people come out from the sky, and they take their spiritual system from this tree, and then they show us how all the trees actually have a network that talk to each other, which
yeah,
is really, really how it really works. And these indigenous people are there, and they get conquered. That's a real story.
yeah,
And they talk into AWA. You can go look at the etymology of these words and really understand a real picture of how things work here. But most people it's just some blue people running around the sky, and
Yeah.
And so we've been trained, like you say, to look at it surface level and not really critically think about it in light of, how we've been miseducated with our real history.
Right.
It's just unfortunate.
And when exactly, I mean, you said I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I agree with you 100%. They put the truth there, right? Have you ever heard this? In order to get people to believe your lie, you have to tell the truth.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's the thing. And they have to tell some truth to get people pulled in.
for sure.
And once you're pulled in, they can distract you.
And even that saying, right, on a deeper level, is because our minds and hearts can resonate with the truth, and we can feel the truth. Like you just kind of know, but they put just enough lie in there to throw you off. So even that, can be tied back into how the metaphysics of how we interact with the world and how we interact with knowledge and information and energy, because you can kind of just feel when somebody's telling you the truth.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so real in a sense. Even these characters, the religious characters and all the stories, it has such an element of truth. Yet so many people get caught up in it. You know what's crazy here, bro? I don't know. I'm not religious, as you know, but I would say I look at spiritual things. I'm in such an environment. I don't think it was like that in Vegas. Like almost everybody I interact with is under the religious spell.
What are you meaning? I mean, I think I know what you mean, but clarify, please. The religious spell.
Like, I was in a business meeting the other day. Supposed to be about business networking, right? Everyone stood up. Oh, thank God for this and that. I got a business. This next person stands up. He's a pastor. This next person stands up and they are like in a church organization who's going out and, trying to get more and more churches and more people involved in church. And then this person stands up and they had, a Christian dance that they were putting together. So I felt like I was the only one who was around the table out of 15 people who wasn't a Christian. And that was one small meeting of 15 people. And then I go to another meeting. It's a chamber of commerce meeting. There's like at any given time, a minimum of 80 people in there up to 130. This person stands up, I want to say this about myself. I'm a man of Christ. Okay. This person stands up, we're the number one university in the city recruiting Christians for Christ. So it's just that kind of environment.
I think you're going on the wrong days.
No, it's every week. No, it's every week like that. It's every week. And I don't have an issue with it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course
It's just an observation.
Right.
Yeah, it's just an observation. It's like, holy crap, this thing is wow, because like we always say, it's such a so many elements of truth in it, yet it's just enough of a lie in there that could ensnare someone's soul forever.
Right.
And that's the crazy thing.
And I would say it on the more extreme side. There's just enough truth with so much lie.
Yes. Yeah, it's more lie
just enough truth. Because then we still got to remember the fact that our subconscious can't tell what's the truth or not. Our subconscious believes, hey, you said this, that's what it is. Let's make it happen. Or, oh, yeah, you can't jump to the moon. All right, we can't, whatever. If you think you can and you want to and you keep trying, we will be able to jump to the moon, whether we take some sort of mechanism to do it until we find out that the moon is not real, whatever, however the fuck, we'll be able to do it. So I think it's like just the, they do so much to just to distract us and to take our powers and make us use our powers, our energy, our energies against ourselves.
Right.
Like how when it comes to intention,
Mhm.
you have to think to be inside of your intention. You have to be able to use this. But when you have the distractions of ER or the Cosby Show or anime or some Price is Right, when you have that distraction there, your intention isn't focused, or the person's intention is not focused, because that's broken up intention. Then at the same time, we're watching movies, right? And what are we speaking when we're watching the movies? We're speaking something into life that's not real. And I'll go back to the power of tongue. Yes, I'm bringing Christianity because I believe it's a tool that they allowed us to have, which was, or not the power of speaking and that type of shit, but the power of creation through the tongue. Speak life, get life. Speak death, get death. And it's not just life; it's just what we speak. We get what we speak. So if we're sitting there talking about all these drugs, that's not really speaking life. That's not planting. That's like putting fire on our seeds, or casting a cloud over our seeds that's not producing water. You know what I mean? It's acid rain instead of the stuff that we're planting, because our intention is greatness, but all the distractions is putting salt and poison into our attention, whether because we're speaking the wrong things. We're speaking about Boys in the Hood, which there's nothing good about Boys in the Hood. It's an entertaining movie.
For sure.
We're speaking about sports. There's unless, now hold on, now let me clarify this. If I'm into sports and I am actively, my intention is to be a good sports player, that's different. But if my intention is to grow my congregation and I'm still talking about sports, you know what I mean? If my intention is to be a awesome engineer, nurse, doctor, freaking physicist, whatever, and I'm talking about sports and I'm talking about anime, those are distractions.
For sure.
Those are not focus. so that's what I'm saying. Like those days when before we had radio, those days before, like look at the intention of those pilgrims, of the Western people, to be in their not wheelbarrows, what's those wagons, those covered wagons, and their intention was to go across all the way to the west on a fucking barrel that only goes 5 to 10 miles per hour, and they're making it all the way from, that's like 5,000 miles. And they still got to stop and get food and grow and then pack back up and go. They had intention. You see what I mean? They landed, built them a fucking house or a tent. They had intention. They had the grit to keep on freaking going. Now, we don't have that right now for the most part of our people.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm no different from anyone else in that most of the intentions that we get aren't even like a true soul intention. You know what I mean? Because we're getting this information put into the brain and the mind, and like you say, we regurgitate it, we start saying it, and that creates a different intention itself. Like just watching the stuff creates an intention. And what I'm saying is, like, you watch your favorite athlete or whatever. Now he's rocking the the Rolex. That gets it. Now you want the Rolex,
right?
Or, you know what I mean? And I was listening to something the other day. You know how in the Bible it says that you have to be childlike. It talks about being childlike to enter into the state of heaven.
Yeah.
What the state of heaven, and this thing I was listening to, is a state of consciousness, right? It's in the mind. And to be
My belief,
childlike,
yeah.
yeah, that's my. I share the same thing. It's when your heaven is also can be broken down into even or balance. When your consciousness is balanced and you're not too polarized one side or the other, you're balanced. You're heaven. Everything is even in a sense. Or balanced, I should say, not even balanced. But anyway, it was like being childlike. And when we think about a child who enters the world, they don't have language yet, but they're super conscious. And if you think about when you start getting language, you're 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. But prior to having language in your brain, you thought you were conscious. And all you saw was like you couldn't think in English. And then the Bible goes a little bit further with the Tower of Babel, and it says, "Let us go down and confound their language." And when we got language, that was a true cage for the consciousness or the brain, because you can't really, if you speak English, you can't have thoughts generally outside of English.
Right.
Or if you speak
Right.
in Spanish, you think in Spanish. So that is like a computer program that was put into the brain that allows you only to think in that language. But a child who's new into the world, before we start saying things and giving them a name, and the word name, this is why like the crack on name is Amen, or name, or the hidden one. Because once you get a name and you identify with Rod, now who you were prior to language becomes hidden. You get what I mean?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so we have to find a way, and this is what meditation can teach us, is how to not think, but perceive beyond language. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to get beyond language. And that's what we were kind of talking about earlier with Sybil and AI, is a system outside of the system that's created, so you can have something that gives you power outside of the system. And this is why it's important to kind of get into meditation, to start to perceive things beyond the program, which is language itself.
Hey, I'm about to send you something. And
Sure.
this is freaking awesome. I don't know if I'm able to send it to you. Are you on can you pull up videos from, what is this? Is this WhatsApp?
I don't know.
Or is this Instagram?
Are you gonna email it to me?
I don't know how to, I want to
Oh, you can Instagram it to me. I can get it there also.
no, I want to send it to you in a text.
Oh man,
because
that's cool.
What you want? You don't want me to do it that
No,
way?
send it through text. I'll email it to myself. That's cool. Yeah, man. So I don't know if that made sense about that.
Oh, I can email it to you.
Yeah, I got it right now. I'm gonna.
I just figured out how to do that, man.
What? You emailed it to me?
Email it. Yeah. Never thought about it. But this goes exactly with what you're saying. Exactly what you're saying, and where there becomes problems. Where there becomes problems in language. It's a 2-minute video, but you would catch it.
Yeah.
You'll be able to catch it. Huh?
Yeah.
Have you seen this one before?
No, I'm just I haven't seen it yet. I just pulled it up. I'm gonna share it, but let me take a quick break, bro. I gotta take a quick break.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Good.
So basically, what's getting ready to happen is I sent him a video. We was talking about language in the Tower of Babel. So he was talking about the way we think. The way we think in the language. A child doesn't have language, so they think broadly. They're ready to suck everything in and absorb everything in. So people here in America, for the most part, we think in English, which is a confining language, is confining because there's it's just confining because it doesn't necessarily translate over to other languages. So when you're a child, you think broadly. When you're an adult, becoming an adult, we have language. So language is something that confines us. But go ahead.
It's a tool that controls for sure. All right, so can you see that up there? Yeah, it's up there. Just like
I can see it, just can't hear it.
Not a single railway built by the British is in.
Oh man,
yeah, you're gonna have to rewind that a little bit.
Yeah, let me get back to it. My bad. You still see the share screen?
No, it disappeared. But hey, listen to this. If you haven't heard this one before, this is a support of exactly what you're talking about. It's a beautiful support.
You know, we don't care.
No, you care. It's not in the concept. Travel the 54 countries in Africa.
Let me go back. Oh, sorry, bro.
No, that was perfect. That was perfect.
That was perfect? Okay.
That was perfect. Because they're going to get into it. He's going to get into it.
It's because, you know, we don't care.
No, you care. It's not in the concept. Travel the 54 countries in Africa and ask each person in every country, what is wrong with your country? Leadership. All of you say the same word. So let me ask you, since 1960, the country has been picking the wrong leader every 4 years. Not a single railway built by the British is in Nigeria today, but the one they built in their country that same year, it's still running. Not a single railway built in Ghana in 1960 is still there today. What do you know in that country that has been properly maintained by the people every day and it works perfectly?
It's hard for people to maintain things when they're not gaining a lot.
No, it's hard for people to maintain things when they don't have the concept of maintenance in their culture. What is the one word in Igbo for maintenance?
Maintenance is there's no direct English word for that. It doesn't translate directly to maintenance.
That's correct. How about you?
It doesn't translate.
That's correct.
But it translates to like take care of.
No, that is not maintenance. What is the one word for repair in Igbo?
Imezie.
Exactly. What is the one word for repair in You see, I'm driving you to somewhere. What is the one word for democracy in Igbo language? You don't. How about you? You don't. You're trying to practice something that is not in the concept of the language. There is no African country, and I've done it through Kenya, I've done it all, that has an equivalent of the word maintenance.
Well, in order to maintain something, you have to have it first, correct?
No, if I leave it for you, you can maintain it. The British left a lot of things in this country when they left. They established the hospitals, they established the fire station, the post offices, the railway lines, the roads they built before they left. You are not able to maintain it because you don't have that concept. Because your environment, the tropical environment of Africa, the way you build your houses, the material you use, you don't require maintenance. Every country that is called industrialized countries, today, one of the things you know about them is maintenance of what they have. That's why we have buildings here that are about 250 years old, 300 years old in this country. There are buildings in other countries of Europe that are 700 years ago. The Notre Dame that burned in France was a 13th century building. Do you know what kept it that long till today? Maintenance is a culture.
So you see exactly what you said. It's in our minds. When we use English, that's the construct that we're under.
Yeah.
We don't have, just like the reason why he said there's all kinds of stuff that has been dilapidated that the French and English people brought over to Africa is because they don't even have the word, an equivalent word for maintenance.
Yeah, so you can't even do it.
Exactly. They don't understand it. It's not part of their world. It's not part of their world.
That is so crazy to show how language not only shapes the way you think about the things you're doing, but also what you can even physically do. Like you can't even do that active maintenance if you don't even have the word for it. That's crazy. And it shows the power of language. And I always think about the language and thoughts, like, because our bodies themselves are a representation of the concepts that we have in our minds about ourselves and the world around us. Like it's a physical representation of that.
Yeah.
And it's all based on what you say and the concepts you have in your mind. It's crazy,
So that's why a lot of people, that's why I'm saying they controlling us with what we speak.
Yeah.
Even how we speak. So
and how you can even formulate pictures in your mind.
Right.
Because if I say the word, let's say green and or what is this sticky note, and in your language you see elephant when sticky note is said, we're in two different worlds.
Exactly.
And we can never really bridge those worlds together. And this is why these political arguments are so dangerous.
Yeah.
This is why all these different things are so dangerous, man. It's just hard to bridge these concepts.
Yeah, and it's yes. I'm glad that you're on that, because you understand the video. You understand the video. That's why I'm in. I told you I'm in this program. I'm in this program called Atlas, right? There's a Atlas. Yeah, it's a beautiful program, man. It's a beautiful program. It creates leaders and everything like that. Well, I'll talk to you about it, or maybe a little bit later. But nonetheless, there's moments in there where you get with a partner, male, female, doesn't matter. It's because it's not a sexual thing. You get with a partner and you keep your mouth shut. You do not talk at all. And you're this close to them. Can you see? Like you can smell their breath even when their lips are closed. That's how close you are, and you're just looking in their eyes.
That's hard to do, huh?
Oh, it's hard to do. It's hard to do, just to sit there. And I'm not talking about for like 13 seconds. I'm talking about for minutes. And it creates a connection that is beyond normal life.
Comprehension.
Yeah. And it creates an understanding, which is weird. I mean, you're like, oh man, it's not changing. You just smelling the motherfucker's breath. You just all in their face. You can feel them breathe.
It's way deeper.
It's way deeper. Way deeper. It's way deeper. And I would even stand to say is deeper on how you're standing. You're standing like, okay, here, like say dude, female, right? You're face to face. The girl is looking up at you. You're looking down. It's deeper because I had to get on my knees. Now I'm looking up. It's a totally different feeling, because now you got a feeling of superiority, strength. And you know what I mean? So it's like, it's totally different. And then to be this close to a dude in the dude's face. Well, for me, I'm a masculine man.
I don't know what that laugh though, bro. Like,
it did sound it, but whatever. so to be standing that close to a motherfucker, all up in their face, there's, in order to calm the soul down, in order to calm the voices down, you have to be there. You have to be there in order to see and connect while you're looking. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people, like even this right here. I'm looking right here in this in the thing. This is me looking in your eyes, right?
Yeah.
Even though I might be cross-eyed, I'm looking in your eyes, right? But I'm so used to looking in your eyes right here. I'm looking in your eyes right here when we're talking. But when we're in person, I look in your eyes, but then I glance over here. because I'm used to not looking where your eyes are.
It's like, you know how they say the eyes are the window to the soul?
Yeah.
We don't really like to show our soul, right? Or we don't really like to look at, because it's so intimate, dude. It's so like you're seeing into me. You're not just seeing this body that's created by the words I use and the fake thoughts which are implanted by the language. You're going beyond the language now. You're going
Yeah.
to who I really am and how I vibrate and what my energy is like. And that's nakedness at its real core.
Yes.
That's like really being naked. Like people can walk around and show their titties and ass, but we talk about naked to the soul level. And that's what this body masks all that. The language hides all that. Like I said, when you get that name and you start identifying with I'm Rod, who you really are as a soul when you entered this world is hidden now.
Yeah.
And that's why that word name is an anagram for Amen, which is hidden one, because it hides who you are. That's why they say sometimes you don't even need to name your child when they first come into the world. Because when you start doing that, you're hiding that soul based on what you think they should be called. Right. Not what that soul wants to represent when it comes here. And when you hide it because like
we don't even really know what the names mean. We think we know what they mean.
We don't know what it means. And one of the symbolisms of the Christmas tree, right? The symbolism of the Christmas tree is that star at the top is a soul coming down to be a present underneath the tree. And these new souls that enter are the presents. But when we hide them with the name, we don't know what the gift was they were coming to bring. And that's why we all go through this hero's journey or this soul journey to uncover who we really are beyond the language. And that's our soul's purpose. Like that light is here to shine and be that child. And when we start doing shit like stop doing that, you're bad, you're ugly, you're this, you need to listen to me. We're compressing that soul and not allowing it to express what it came here to be. And when you look at someone in their eye, it's getting back to what they really are on the inside, their energy, because we're all energy at the end, right? We're all light forms, energetics beyond the skin color, beyond the being an African or a black person or a white person, beyond all that language.
Yeah.
We're soul beings, dude. We're light beings here to shine whatever the gift is we're here to bring to the world.
And we only this darkness one time. We're only here one time that we really, truly, honestly know of.
As this energy, as this light,
as this flesh, as this. We could be here someplace else because our energy goes and whatever. But as me being Oyanga, as you being Rob, we're only here this one time.
As that,
we need to understand that, share that, and love each other during this time and create what we're supposed to create. We have to get back into who the fuck we really are. Because we're not what we walking around here looking
like. No,
we're not. We're way more powerful than this. We're way more peaceful. We're way more loving. We done got so caught up. And I know, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I only got a couple more minutes left, but I know I've been in the realm to where I was fucked up, looking at color all the fucking time, looking at people's race and skin tone because of the Ku Klux Klan and where I'm brought up, where I was raised, and now I'm at the point to where none of that shit matters. I don't even care if you're gay. You know what I mean? I used to not. I was never a homophobe. I was never afraid to whip a gay person's ass. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm just saying, because I was seeing them under the language. I was seeing them under words. I did not go inside, did not look at their soul and what they have to offer for this earth. And only because they are lost as well for the most
sure.
part. They don't know what's
Ooh,
in
boy.
their soul. Go ahead.
No.
Hey, Rod, you can carry us out, man.
Okay, I was just gonna say, and that's one of the reasons why the reality is forcing us to identify so heavily with something. Because when you identify with something, you take on all the characteristics of whatever they gave that term to mean in your mind. And that's why they said, like we said last week, we used to just go male and female. Now we got male, female, transgender, so on and so forth. And you can be one of whatever those you want. But as you can see with the language, that itself causes the division. Just because you identified with something else. And the more and more you identify, some people walk around here with 5 of those labels behind their name. That's more and more division. Not only from people looking at you outwardly, but in your own mind. Because now you're like, oh, well, I'm black, I'm this, I'm old. And you're dividing your consciousness into all these different pieces. And it's all done through the language, because that's the program that creates the division in and of itself. The last thing I'll say, bro, is I think it's 7 who says that these words is also the anagram for swords. And when you speak that, it's cutting the reality and dividing it as you say the words, and it just creates a division of itself. So, yeah, man, that's a
hey. Next Sunday, let's get on this one first. Let's redo this video and start again. We can see you, man.
All right. Sounds good, bro.
Yeah, let's do this again, because this one is deep. This one goes deep. This one is a life changer, I think.
Sir.
People need to hear this, and you got the helm on this one, because you got the verbiage for it. So that's good. That's good. This is something good, man.
All right, bro. We'll dive deeper then, bro. Have an awesome week, and stay in touch.
I'm gonna do some research too, even.
Oh yeah, no doubt, bro. All right, man. One love.
One love. Wait, maybe there's a bunch of them. I don't know.
You never know. You never know these days.
Right? All right, man.
All right, bro.